Hello. Alright, so good afternoon. Um, my name is Echo. And by Dior, Echo Dior. And I know I haven't really posted a video in a minute. I don't know who's watching. I know I don't have many subscribers, but who knows? You never know, right? So, I'm back. I was gonna post my other videos and I haven't posted them. I might post them tonight or tomorrow. So you will see this after that probably. And so I took a little bit of a break because I felt like in those videos, which you might see, it was kind of requesting for me to take a break. And I'm glad I did. I mean, it helped me kind of really recenter what I want to do in my life, what I want to do with my time, how I want to show up in my life, a lot of those things. And it's been very helpful. I hope you can hear me. I really don't know if you can. I'm outside. There is some noise behind me, but not a lot. So I really hope you can hear me. But yeah, basically I've just been taking this time to like focus more into myself. And I've been with family and it's been great. It's been really beautiful. I'm sad that it's coming to an end very soon. I'll be back. But I'm excited to see more of my family when I come back home. But yeah, there's just been a lot that I've been in my head about, thinking about, and you know, all these things. And so, but I've been craving to like talk in front of a camera again. My intention was to do live streams, and then I realized I can't do live streams because I don't have 50 subscribers. I have 6 subscribers. But whomever sees this video, if you are interested in what I could be posting, my art, me singing, different things, subscribe, right? It doesn't hurt, it doesn't cost any money. So if you would like to, please subscribe, because I would love to do live streams of videos. And yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. That's one of my dreams, to do some live videos. So make my dreams come true. But back to kind of what I wanted to do today, similar to what I've done in my other videos, is I love these cards, all right? Like I've said many times, I love these beautiful cards. And I just really want to utilize these cards, like I said, just because they're fun, right? They're fun for me. I know sometimes when I explain it to people, because lately I've been holding them in my hand and I take them out every day, and people are like, what are those? What are those in your hand? And I like shuffling cards. That's one, right? It's a centering thing for me, right? Just to sit, shuffle some cards, and then like put them together. It's been like, it's just a fun thing for me. Relaxes me in some ways. So that's one. But then also I just like seeing what random cards fall out, you know? And so when I do that, it kind of just helps me understand what energy is around me right now, either around me, in me, and I channel that energy to apply it to something creative, right? And honestly, that's a very loose term, because anything can be creative. So I apply it to whatever happens next in my life. And so sometimes it might inspire me to want to say certain things, and talking and having a conversation and ideas and building. That's creative to me. That's fun to me. As well as if I decide to feel compelled to read a book or read a part of a book to you all. Or if I decide to draw something, or maybe an image of something I drew recently comes to mind and I want to share that, you know. I use the energy of what these cards, what I'm feeling, to guide what I want to share. And the reason why I want to share, I don't think I've ever touched on this, but sharing makes me nervous a little bit, like it does for other people. But I realize that it is something that I have to get over, right? So this is a mission for me. my fearless and wild mission, to kind of share more of myself with people, and not hide behind things, and behind my own excuses and stuff like that. So this is that journey for me. I did in the past have a YouTube channel, and I called it Fearless and Wild, and that was my intention, to engage with other people and talk to other people and learn about why they're fearless, and what they do with their lives and what they want to do with their lives. And I want to get back into that. I want to get back into like talking to people, not necessarily like a talk show, but like not in the traditional sense, right? But more so like me investigating and learning about my family, interviewing people that are interesting to me, not necessarily celebrities and things like that, because you know they're cool, but I think everyone has a story that's worth hearing, not just people that are quote unquote successful. Because like I heard recently from a YouTuber I like, an energy reader that I love, her name is Energy, is that just being here means you're successful, right? Just being born and being in life and being able to experience things, and the fact that you're still alive here. And if you're watching my video, right, like what she says too, if you're watching this video, you're here, you're alive, you're on this planet, and that's successful. And so I honestly just want to talk to people that are here on this planet that are already successful, and that could be anybody, because I think everybody has something worth being heard. You know, even if you think of a person, you're like, oh, I don't think they have anything worth sharing. No, they have something. They have something to say. Even if you don't agree, that's something they have to say. And everyone leaves behind something worth value. So even if they don't think it, right? Sometimes a kid doesn't think that they say something of value, but you know how many times I've talked to kids and they say something and I'm like, you don't even know. You have no idea what you said and what you did to me and my spirit and my soul, right? So I just want to talk to people around topics related to being fearless and being wild, as I continue on my quest of being fearless and being wild. So we'll see where that goes. And so we're gonna start this one just with me shuffling some cards, and we're gonna see what happens, right? What energy do I have for today, and what is that gonna guide me to talk about, maybe share, maybe read, who knows. It's also probably my first video where I have my face in it. That's me being fearless. Because I surely get nervous about that. So let's see. So we got two cards. Oh, okay. If you see my first video, you know that one of these cards I got before, and the other one I got this morning. So these are the two cards I got for today. Right? So these are the cards. We have the Crow and we have the Lamb. I got the Crow this morning, right? And I'm going to tell you why and how I said I got the Crow this morning. So this morning I went on a hike with my cousin, and it was really, really great. I was so happy to go on this hike, because I don't go on a lot of hikes, right? And I was also kind of like, okay, get over my own fear of like, what if I slip? What if I fall? What if I can't make it? What if I'm too tired? You know, all of those things. Can I actually do this? And at first it was supposed to be me, my brother, and my cousin, and that made me less nervous because my brother was there, and this is the first time I've ever hung out with this cousin, just me and her, and so I was nervous, but my brother said, I don't want to go. It's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too, you know, my knees and stuff like that. I get it though. I get it. Not you know, making him feel bad about it, but that is what happened. And I was gonna be like, yeah, it's too early for me too. I was about to like kind of just like go along with his feelings, but knowing deep down I really wanted to go. And just succumb to like, oh, he's not gonna be there, maybe I shouldn't go. And then I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna still go. And I was proud of myself just for doing that. Like, small thing maybe to other people was a big thing for me. And so I went, and while we're in the car, I decided to shuffle just to see what's the energy. You know, there's certain things going on, and I was like, what is the energy? And this is the card. I got the crow card, which I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards. Honestly, I feel like as I continue to do this, you're gonna hear me say this about almost every card. This is one of my favorite cards. But honestly, every energy is my favorite, you know, because the energy that you get, you can do so much with. You know, all energy is good energy to me. Even if it feels like bad energy, it's just a moment to redirect. So it's good. It's a good thing. Bad things are also good things, right? So yeah, you're gonna hear me say that a lot. I love this card, so I love this card. And then the other card is the Lamb. So we're gonna read it, and like I said in my other 2 readings, or maybe my last 4 readings, I think I might still post the other ones. I don't memorize. I kind of went blank for a second. I have not like memorized all of the what cards mean. I know to some degree some of the like key things that I get from it, certain feelings I get from it, but I also still like to read the guide, and I feel like as I continue to do that, I'll start to it'll become like second nature to me. Also, as I continue, because lately I've been loving to watch like certain National Geographics, and I want to really watch more of them, and just reading more about different animals I find very fascinating. So there's some animals I have a little bit more of an understanding about, especially the lion, because I'm a Leo, so I love lions. But other animals I'm still learning about, and I love that. So as I continue to watch these things, say these things, watch these things, share my videos, share these different my different journey, different things on my journey. Sorry, can't speak. I would love for people in the comments, right? As you know, you may know more about animals than I do, right? And as you know certain things about the way that they live, the way they go through life, the way they interact in an environment, the way they interact with other things within the environment, and you see these different cards, you know, feel free to share with me your understanding of them, because I feel like it's a combination, right? Like, I don't know everything, and I will always say this, I do not know everything, and I don't think anyone knows everything. But I think if people work together, if you actually cooperate, if you actually allow 2 minds to blend, 2 minds to share without judgment and ridicule and making one feel like they're more right than the other one, you can learn a lot, right? Because there's really no differences, you know, in terms of there's really no key differences, right? Like, people might have a difference of opinion, right? But when you see another person as very different from you, that's when conflict arises, right? Or if you see someone separate from you, that's when conflict arises, right? If you see someone as an expert and you feel like you're not an expert, that's when conflict arises in some ways, in my opinion. I think if you see a teacher also as a student, and the student sees you also as a teacher as well, they see you, the differences and the similarities at the same time, right? Between you're the same in some way because you have both degrees, right? You have both polarities. That's when cooperation really happens, when you accept the fact that that exists. But when you feel as though you're different, entirely different from another person, you're never going to be able to learn from something. So that's why I say, if you have something to say, share it. Yeah, so I thought someone was coming. So, which is fine, but I just wanted to be sure. Don't want them to walk on camera and feel like, oh wait, you're recording, oh my god, my bad. So yeah, this is the book that I use, the guidebook, which I've shown before, and this Kim Krans has more cards that I'm definitely gonna get. She has the Wild Unknown deck, which is not the Animal Spirit, but just the Wild Unknown. And then she has this other deck as well that I looked at and I was like, I want this. So I'm definitely gonna get that. So you might see that in the future. But again, we're gonna start with the Crow. And the crow is a air element. And again, the air is because it is a triangle and has a line through it, right? That's the air. This one, the lamb, is an earth card. So we have air and earth. So earth symbolizing more of like a grounding. So think about what the qualities of earth, right? It's the root. It's a grounding. It's also usually dealing with things more practical, right? It's a more practical element. Then you have air, swift, right? Flying, thinking about being decisive, right? Even the word decisive sounds like very airy, decisive, right? So when I think about those things, that's how I kind of like can think about what it means. It's a little bit more breezy, more flowy of sorts. So here we go. So let's look at the crow, like I mentioned. And I do like the crow. I've gotten the crow a couple times and I just think it's so beautiful. It's a beautiful card. So the energy. The crow has been, or has long been, a symbol of magic. A crow personality is joined to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, psychic, strong, clear. When out of balance, ungrounded, hypersensitive, and to bring into balance daily meditation and practice. So the crow is a symbol of magic, right? Knowing the unknown. It's a matter of seeing, foresight to some degree, and seeing all of these different things happening at once, the past, the present, and the future. Right? When the mind is clear, you can tap into these things. And so the reason this card is interesting, and I don't know if I should dive into it first or I should read the other card first. So I'm going to read the lamb, and then I'm going to see if there's any connecting threads and what comes to my mind when I hear about this. So let's look at the lamb card. Okay. Peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, and sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, receive. When in balance, knowingness, inner peace. When out of balance, quiet, timid, concerned. Bring into balance, meditation, and listening. So the fascinating thing to me is how similar they both are. And to bring into balance would be both meditation, right? A daily practice for meditation and listening. And when in balance, there's still a psychic element to this, a knowingness, right? And out of balance, there's this element of maybe being quiet, timid, concerned, or ungrounded, hypersensitive, right? The thing that I find as fascinating about both of these cards is I heard recently, like I mentioned energy. In her reading recently, she talked about, well, the card that I picked talked about foresight, seeing things before they happen, right? And how everyone technically has this element of foresight, right? Like her example that she gave was, how do you know that something looks good in a specific space? Because you've seen it in your mind. Or how do you know when an outfit that you might want to put on might look good on you, right? How do you kind of figure out what you're going to wear? Sometimes you see it in your brain and then you try it on. Sometimes you put it on, you're like, maybe not for me. And then sometimes you put it on, you're like, yes, this is exactly how I foreseen it. That's kind of the element of like foresight. What's fascinating about this is that I've had dreams. I've had dreams lately, And I know maybe other people experience this too, but I've had dreams lately, and lately I've been very into deciphering my dreams. I've been into deciphering it, understanding it, really connecting with it, because I feel like though sometimes people make dreams seem like they're not important, like it's just a thing we do and that's it. They don't mean nothing, you know. It's just movies in your sleep. They mean so much, right? Dreams mean a lot. You see more in a dream. You can understand more about yourself and what energy you're feeling in a dream. If you're not able to see it when you're awake, you could definitely see it when you're dreaming. And sometimes you go, oh my God, that was just so absurd. I was this one thing and then I shape-shift into another thing, and then all of a sudden this happened and it was insane and da-da-da-da-da. And you think and you say your dreams are very what? Your dreams are influenced by your day-to-day life, which is true. But if they're influenced by your day-to-day life, what else do they also coded with? Usually, the things that you keep hidden, that you don't even want to reveal to yourself, because you're in your dream world. It doesn't care. It doesn't care about your ego. Your ego ain't in your dream. Your ego exists when you're awake, when you're up, when you're going, when you're concerned about everyone else. That's when your ego exists. When you're dreaming, you can have the most embarrassing dreams, but no one else is around. No one really is around, so you don't care. So with your ego gone, you're able to be honest with yourself, and that exists in a dream. And so my dreams have been telling me so many things. And I would love to, I know in one of my videos I talked about one dream that I had, and I hope you watched that one. Donald Trump makes an appearance. But recently my dreams have been telling me a lot, and I feel as though they're prophetic. They're a foresight. They tell me a lot of, well, what is coming, what is next, what do I need to work on, what do I need to let go of. There has been a lot of the symbolism in my dreams has been related to letting go. And I'm sure I'm saying this not just for me, but I'm sure other people may need to understand and take a moment to really connect with your dreams. What is it telling you? Is it telling you to let go? And there might be things in there you're like, this dream don't mean nothing. But I'm sure the things that stuck in your brain from that dream, take some time, look them up, understand what the symbolisms are. And if it's not just the symbolisms you find online, think about what those objects or those people, how do you feel when you think about them? Honestly. Or how do you feel when you look at them? If a ladder appears in your dream, what feeling does that give you? The idea of going up and walking up a ladder or down, depending on what you did. What was it? What was the feeling? What other things in life always talk about ladders, right? Careers, usually going up the ladder, you know? So if those, I don't know why I'm saying that, but like, if those are things that appear in your dreams, they matter. And they probably can give you an inkling as to what's happening currently in your life. And so, yeah, crow symbolizing this knowing, right? And you look at it, crow is all in back, but it's standing on this ball of color, right? It's a ball of color. It knows. The ball of color is at the bottom. It's on their feet. It's holding it with their feet or standing on it, right? It knows. It holds light in with it all the time. You know, same thing with this one. It has the light right behind it and it looks directly at you. And it's not just one of the colors of the chakra. It kind of covers all of them. So there's a knowing, a full knowing, right? And then if you're out of balance, right, then these feelings it's not going to feel like that. It's going to feel quiet. You're going to feel timid. You're going to feel sensitive, right? And those are just means you're out of balance, because it means you feel like you don't know. The only reason you're going to be sensitive, timid, nervous, scared is when you don't know, right? And it's okay to not know, but you need to get comfortable in the not knowing. And I'm not saying this to say that I'm always comfortable in the not knowing, because I'm not. It's something that I work on every single day, to get comfortable and not knowing what tomorrow brings and what the next day brings, right? But the only way that I end up knowing is by understanding my feelings. And the only way that helped me understand my feelings is to connect with my dreams. So I don't know if that's significant for someone else, but it's been significant for me. So I wanted to share that. And yeah, this card is very, very powerful card. That crow, right? Crow, raven. Think about it in Game of Thrones too, right? The raven. I mean, I know they're different animals, but in my head too, I can kind of see them as one and the same, right? There's a sense of knowing attached to it, right? There's a sense of foresight attached to it, you know? So recognizing that exists within you, you know? Since no one really knows the truth, when I say that no one really knows the truth, no one person, that means no one person is blessed with foresight. Not one. So if it's not just one, it's probably everyone. That's what I think. Yep, that's what I think. And yeah, I wonder sometimes, though, I do wonder what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean? You know? But I want to shuffle again. I have the need to shuffle again. I don't know what this means. I don't know why, but I do. And I want to know, maybe there's something else. That's way too many cards. Way too many cards for me. The raccoon. I don't know what this one means completely. I don't think I've ever gotten a raccoon before. It is also a earth card. And I'm intrigued as to what can be behind it. Okay. Let's see. Raccoon energy is a play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. Some part of me feels as though, because I asked that question, what does that mean? The universe answered it and said, this is what it means. Because foresight, right, is used as a guide. And to me, every person that you ever meet is an artist, right? Because an artist is a person who creates, and people create. People, anything you do is a creation. Anything you bring from a space that wasn't real, that's not in the 3D, right? That was in your mind, and you produce something, you're creating. Even if it's a spreadsheet, you're creating something. When it's at its best, right? When it's at its best, because you can create creations that are not always the greatest, and you can create creations that are at its best. But when you're at your best, it can indicate talent, tenacity, skillfulness with a particular tool, instrument. In its shadow side, it points to unresolved issues using a stage name, blah, blah, blah. Maybe self-image and success. See, underneath all of that, right? The shadow of it, the underneath, the undertones, there could be some unresolved issues there. I think also because when it comes to like thinking about foresight, right? Thinking about the talent, thinking about something you bring into the world, there often is people's inability to believe that that exists because they just don't think that they have that kind of power. Which is, I can understand why. But I also at the same time can't understand why someone would not see that they could possess that kind of power. If you see in things that you watch, right? Like, let's say, I mean, a lot of people's go-to might be The Matrix or any kind of like Marvel superhero movie, right? Where you see the origin stories of a superhero. And all of them didn't think at any point that they were able to do something as great as save the world. They may not have even had the foresight for it. But that's not necessarily true. They might have. Right? A lot of movies might not spend enough time on that. But sometimes they could see that that's something they could do. Right? They all have some kind of unresolved issue on the surface. Self-image. Am I enough? Will I ever be enough? Will I be successful? Which is hard for them to work themselves through. Right? Any superhero has a stage name, right? They wear a mask, literally wear a mask, some of them. And it works in their favor sometimes, right? It definitely worked in Spider-Man's favor until everyone knew who he was. And other times, it limits creativity. Sometimes being anonymous helps people feel secure because then no one can judge them. Sometimes. But it also, when you're hiding and you have these names, right? You have a stage name and you're hiding and no one sees you, you have to think to yourself, why? Why am I hiding? Like, I had to think about that for myself. Like, when I started my videos, and I didn't show my face. What was I hiding? I was nervous. I'm gonna be very honest. I was nervous to be in front of this camera. I didn't want y'all to see me. I didn't want nobody to see me. I get nervous. You know, it's like, what are people gonna pick apart about me, right? Like, the internet is not always kind. That's what people say. But I think it's not about that. You know, people don't have to necessarily be kind to me. I'm kind to me. And I know me. You know. So, in that, right, when you think about other times that limits your creativity, because you start to now, you're not being vulnerable. And creativity is about being vulnerable. It's about sharing. You know? And, yeah, it's that question. Am I who my audience thinks I am? You know, when you hide parts of yourself, you can hide. That's why the internet is not kind. Because a lot of people are not showing everything. They're not the ones putting themselves out there. They're just commenting. You know? So in a sense, I feel like with this message, I think it is for me. And I also think it's for whomever's watching. That whatever it is that brings you joy, you see it. You know. You see it in your head. You dream about it at night. So look at your dreams. Right? Think about what is it that you can get lost in. Because you can get lost in it in your dreams, in your daydreams, in your mind. You can get lost in it in reality. There's no such thing as just like dreams that don't matter. They all matter. They're a part of you. They're your creations. They matter. They're miracles. They matter. And so I know my dreams matter to me. They help me a lot and help me get over myself. Help me empower myself and realize that, like, whatever it is that I stepped in that is unknown is meant to be. You know? So the raccoon lets us off the hook, won't let us off the hook, actually, until our creative ego fear is resolved. And this is my first step in resolving that creative ego fear, which is showing my face, which I don't know. Like I said, I know I don't have many subscribers, but I'm showing myself to you guys. And this is my new work. This is my new channel. Like I said, I used to do this before, and I made a couple videos, and I didn't do much after that because I got in my way. I got in my own way. But this is my new shot at it for myself, and I'm excited to see what other things I produce on this channel. This was more of a conversation, I guess. Maybe I just wanted to talk and just like share what's on my brain, use the cards to kind of help myself talk a little bit. Sorry. And yeah, I don't know. I do want to do more drawing. I do have some shorts on here of me drawing a little bit. I have some shorts of me singing, just a few. I want to do more of those, more of me singing, more of me drawing. I do want to draw on camera, but I also know that to some degree it takes me a little bit of time to draw, and so I'll probably like a time-lapse video. I did want to do more like conversational and like kind of go into it, but I'm thinking that may not work like I think it could, and so I'm gonna probably do a combination of conversation videos, maybe some art videos. I do want to do some reading videos. I want to get more into reading. And I've been reading this book. I think I showed it before, but I've been reading this book. I still haven't finished it. Halfway through. And I want to read. I want to read some books. And so people have book suggestions and they would like to hear me read them or just hear my thoughts on them, share that with me. But I do want to read some and go through some of my my things with you guys, and then also just have some interviews with some people. So that's going to be kind of some of the envisions I have. And as I do more, as I share more, as I produce more things, I'm just excited to see what everyone thinks of them and how this might in some way impact your life. I don't know. Maybe connect with something I've done, or who knows. But really it's just because I want to get over myself and just share. And just share. Yeah, just share. So again, as I say in every video, I am deeply, 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 deeply happy that you are here with me. So, peace.